want to start off with a question tonight. How many of you guys like motorcycles? Motorcycles. Okay, I just want to start this off real negative, okay? I hate motorcycles. I despise them. I can't stand them. I hate motorcycles. Now, you got to time travel with me. We're gonna go back to a scary time period known as the 80s. All right. 80s. 80s was bad. Okay, I was in second grade, and I gotta walk this through you, and show you guys how this broke down here. Okay, number one, I lived in Oklahoma. Okay, no, it wasn't a good thing. Trust me, not at this point. Now I love Oklahoma, but this wasn't good. So it was Oklahoma. It was the 80s, and the third thing was my elementary school, Comanche Elementary. We had our annual track meet that year. One day out of the year, we got to go to the high school campus, and we got to have our track meet. All the grade schools would come, and it was awesome. The problem was it was the 80s, so the shorts I had on came up to like right here, okay? Yeah. And I had those socks on, and y'all seen those socks that come up to your knees, and they got like the colored stripes going around them, right? And I got this little tank top on, and I'm 7 years old or whatever. I thought I was a pimp. I was like, what's up? I wasn't. Okay, I look back at pictures. Oh, did I mention the part I had sort of a kind of a mullet thing going here? Yeah. Yeah, it was awesome. So my mom picks me up from school. I'm feeling good because I did good in my track meet. I got my sweet socks on. I got my Daisy Dukes on. I'm good. She picks me up. She goes, I got to stop by my friend's house. I said, okay. And I didn't mind because I love going to her friend's house because her friend had a son named Corey who was my age, okay? And this dude had like all this cool stuff we could play with. He lived kind of out in the country, so I love going over there. Well, we go over there that day, and his neighbor comes over, this guy named Jimmy. Jimmy comes over, and what was funny is the dude was like, he's a fourth grader, and he was already like dipping snuff and had like this huge water. Like his lip stuck out 3 feet from his face. It was just like 4 cans of snuff just put in his lip, okay? And he came over, and he's on this dirt bike. And he pulls up, and he's revving the motor, and it's real loud, and he's just showing off. And I'm instantly just infatuated with this motorcycle. I'm like, dude, let me ride it. He said, no way, bro. I just got this 2 weeks ago. I said, come on, man, let me ride the dirt bike just up the road, and I'll come right back. I'll go slow. He said, no way, man. My dad would kill me. I said, dude, just ride up there and right back. And he keeps telling me no, but I keep being persistent. So I said, dude, seriously, I'm going to drive right up there. I'm going to come right back. That's all I want. And he goes, man, I don't know. Have you ever even ridden a motorcycle before? So I do what all guys do, and I turn it around on him and make him look stupid, which is a cover for when I'm lying. Okay? I'm like, no, dude, I've never ridden a motorcycle. I'm just asking you if I can ride it. Stupid. The fact was, I had never ridden a motorcycle in my life. Okay? I was totally lying through my teeth. So he's like, I don't know, man. I'm like, come on, bro. Finally, he lets me. So I get on this motorcycle, and I'm revving it. I'm like, yeah. And he kind of was like, you have to hit the clutch. I'm like, I know. And I didn't know that, so I was glad he told me. So I pop the clutch, and I'm giving it gas, and I take off riding, and I'm going, and then I hit it again, and I'm going faster, and I hit it again, and I'm going faster. And I got about, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 seconds into my ride, and I realized, I have no idea how to stop this thing. Like, I have no idea how to slow it down or whatever. Now, if I had half a brain in my head, I would have just let off the gas. I'm flying up this road. At this point, I don't know how fast I'm going. All I remember is my mullet was flapping in the wind, okay? So it was pretty fast. And my legs were warm because I had my high socks on, so that part was fine. But I remember thinking to myself, this is not going to end well, because I don't know how to stop this. And I remember getting a little bit nervous when I looked up and there was a 4-lane highway with cars going back and forth. And I remember thinking, this is not a good scenario that I'm in right here, okay? So I remember looking up, and I'm terrified. As I approach this 4-lane highway, I'm flying. I got this thing in the top gear, and I'm going. And I remember just right as I approached the highway, I just closed my eyes, and I was like, this is how I'm going to die. I'm going to get hit by a car riding a motorcycle, wearing these shorts and these socks. This is how I'm going to go out. Okay, all right. So I remember I closed my eyes as I went across the highway. I'm kind of halfway looking. I get all the way across the highway, And it was like this major sigh of relief. I'm like, phew. But that didn't last very long because I looked up, true story, not making this up. I looked up and I saw a Dairy Queen. And it was like from here to the back wall of this room. It wasn't far at all. So I didn't have very long to think, so I thought, oh, getting killed on the highway would have been better. Now I'm just going to die by crashing into the side of a Dairy Queen. This is going to be great. So I remember just thinking, here we go, dude. This is it. This is it. And true story, right by the drive-through window, I slammed on this motorcycle, I mean hard, full speed, right into this brick wall. And it throws me back, and I was worried about my back getting cut up when I hit the concrete, but thankfully my head hit first and my back was fine. So that was good. Have a nice souvenir in the back of my head from that. And I remember laying there, the bike is on top of me, and this shows you how dumb I was, but I remember thinking, maybe Jimmy won't notice that I crashed his bike. I looked at the front tire, like if this is the tire, I looked at it, it was folded in half. That's how hard I hit the brick wall. True story, the girl in the drive-thru is freaking out. I'm covered, like my knees, my elbows, I'm bleeding horribly. My hair's all windblown, my mullet's all working to the side over here. I go in, I'm just feeling completely just helpless, right? I walk in, of course, all the people in the restaurant have like their burger and stuff, and they're just looking like, I mean, it's not every day you're at Dairy Queen and a kid wearing short shorts, knee socks, and has a mullet crashes a motorcycle into the side of the Dairy Queen. But it happened on this day, okay? Here's the ghetto part of the story. Here's the worst part. I almost died. You would think they could hook me up with some ice cream, maybe a blizzard. They bring out this nasty Oklahoma water, like it wasn't even cold, and they give it to me. I thought, what is this all about? I survived, but just barely. Now, that's why I hate motorcycles.